Back in the 90s, first-person shooters were all about killing things. Give me a gun, maybe a chainsaw, some bullets, some enemies, and let me off the leash to kill them all. Get Even, on the other hand, is not that kind of game at all. In fact, you probably use your phone more than you do a gun. It's about two main characters, Mr. Black and Mr. Red, and no, this isn't Cluedo, but there is a mystery to solve.
I am your lock. I am your key. I can be your enemy or I can be your salvation, but I will have my answers.
So Mr. Black is in charge of security for a weapons development company, and when the head of the company's daughter gets kidnapped, it's up to Mr. Black to step in and help. In fact, it's probably because of this kidnapping and the fact that the daughter's strapped up with a suicide vest that the game had to be delayed by a month, so that its release wouldn't coincide with the Manchester bombings, out of respect for its victims. But back to the game. Pretty soon things fall down a rabbit hole as the story then leaps about through time and space. It's much deeper than you may first expect, with a more science fiction theme going on.
What the fuck?
Characters wear these experimental VR headsets which let them go into their memories and relive past events. All they gotta do is look at a photo and their mind warps them to that place and recreates a time when they were there.
Very good. Just relax and allow that image to take you back there. You may feel a little disorientated at first, but you will be perfectly safe.
This means that all the different levels are in fact just a set of different memories, whether it's a robbery of a rival weapon company's latest product, or a bizarre fight in a graveyard. What's with the music? This whole crazy experiment to get to the bottom of things takes place in an old insane asylum because, of course, why not? Every game needs an old insane asylum in it, especially if they still got a few old inmates wandering around.
I'm gonna eat your fucking eyes! I'll eat your eyes! I'll eat your eyes! I'm gonna kill you! I'm gonna kill you slowly! I'm gonna put my fingers in you! I'm gonna fucking kill you with a fork!
A lot of the story is told through these extended hologram sequences, which let you see old conversations either in their original locations, or because your VR headset's a prototype, in this alternate glitchy dimension, which is made up of a hodgepodge of different memories all getting slammed together.
What the fuck?
The greatest tool that you've got is actually your phone. It's got everything a detective would need: infrared, UV light, GPS, a scanning function. It can even receive text messages. Every now and then all of these things are used to solve puzzles, but more often than not they're there to help you find clues and gather evidence to help build a better picture of what's going on. All of these clues are then displayed on the wall of a special memory room for you to be able to look at and recap at any point. And when you find all the clues on a particular level, you get a code, which will unlock a door to reveal a new weapon, like a crossbow. Now, even though shooting isn't the priority here, there are actually some pretty novel ideas. For example, Mr. Black's default weapon is a corner gun.
Do you remember how to use the weapon?
Not really.
Why don't you approach the firing line?
This thing can rotate 90 degrees either left or right to help you shoot around corners, and it's got a helpful display to let you know what you're shooting at. You get to use this weapon all the time, which is great because if you're going to get a novel gun, you may as well get some chances to put it to use, rather than getting it on, just say, the last level.
Stop acting like you're in a damn video game.
Throughout the story, you're actively encouraged to not kill people.
Did you hear what I said? I need you to work with me, Mr. Black, not
Against me.
I heard you. I just don't care.
The excuse given is that it corrupts the memories and so causes glitches to occur, and killing does have an impact later on in the game, so stealth is recommended. But sometimes that trigger finger does get a bit itchy.
Are you enjoying this, Mr. Black?
Get Even is more like an intelligent sci-fi film, rather than your typical action game. It's got a story that has a fair amount of twists and turns, even if the way it's told can sometimes drag on a bit. But it's a nice change of pace from the norm. Thanks for watching.
I told you not to disturb the memory. Stop shooting, Mr. Black. Time is against you.